Alrighty everybody, we are just hours away from the official release of the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 7, which is labeled as the season finale. This is going to be the big turning point in which Disney and Lucasfilm are going to finally decide on whether or not they want to move forward with a Book of Boba Fett Season 2 based on the fan reception of the season finale this year. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do post a couple of entertaining things from time to time and really make sure to interact with you guys further. So we're now in a very interesting phase of Star Wars, given that we are getting very close to the marketing run for the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, which is all set and ready to happen by mid to late March, before the official show debuts this May. And it's really going to be a big deal because the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, a lot of people have been saying this, that it's going to either make or break the Star Wars franchise. It all depends on Deborah Chow, it all depends on Bob Chapek, and how they executed not just the marketing of the show, but also the story of the series and exactly how they utilize the return of both Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. Now, on top of this, alright, one thing that a lot of fans have been very happy about is exactly what happened in the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 6 with the return of Luke Skywalker. So the Book of Boba Fett Luke Skywalker scene where he's training Grogu through the ways of the Force and Ahsoka, Tano, and Din Djarin are watching over. It really is, something that really touched the fans' hearts. Now, one thing that was left very mysterious, what on earth world, alright, is Luke, Grogu, Ahsoka, and Din on? And there's a lot of hints here and there that points to it being either Deveron or maybe even a brand new planet that we have yet to have heard of in both Legends and or canon. But I digress. What's really all the more exciting is what Jon Favreau recently had to say. So, given that both Disney and Lucasfilm are getting ready to begin filming the Ahsoka Tano series for Disney+, creators Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are getting ready to end filming by next month for The Mandalorian Season 3 before they head into post. However, in a recent interview with Jon Favreau, he went on to make a big announcement that involves the character of Luke Skywalker and how he will be used in future installments on Disney+. Jon Favreau goes on to state that we were so blessed to have this opportunity to, of course, work on the Book of Boba Fett, and of course, how that all was able to unfold for the character of Luke Skywalker. It was lots of fun to use the resources that we had to do this, and we will continue to improve with each and every show. Myself and Filoni are looking at so many different things of what we can do in this post-return of the Jedi time. We have already discussed what it would be like to bring back somebody like Sir Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan Kenobi to communicate with Luke we created in Mando and Boba. That's something that we talk about every single day. The technology not only lets us create the characters visually, but we also have sophisticated software that allows us to make the characters sound as they did back in the 1980s with the majority of the original trilogy by George Lucas. Now, one thing that Jon is saying here, alright, fits directly in line with what we talked about a couple of months ago of what they are planning for the mandoverse. Now, we talked about this Obi-Wan cameo that is actually pre-planned for the Mandalorian Season 3's end that ties directly into Season 4 eventually. And what Jon and Dave want to do is that they want to bring back all of the Force Ghosts again eventually, starting off with Anakin's Force Ghost in the Ahsoka Tano series, as well as Kenobi and Yoda's in that very given show, using not just the world between worlds, but brand new regular worlds as well. And that, to me, I think is going to be a prime example of exactly what the technology is going to be like at that point in time. Now, given, give or take, it is only going to be a year and a half away from now where they're going to be able to do all of this in post and really take advantage of everything related to the Ahsoka series. But one thing I will say about The Mandalorian Season 3 and 4 is that Jon and Dave are doing great things with the character of Luke, making the voice more sophisticated, making the CG, more improved in comparison to what we got in both Mando Season 2 and now the Book of Boba Fett. It's just going to keep getting better and better. And that's exactly what Jon Favreau wants to make clear. So, on top of this, alright, he goes on to say that it's just such a thrill to be alive in 2022 and having so much fun and experimenting with this tech and creating history in such a big franchise right now. We have endless stuff that we are working on for Luke Skywalker, such as trying to improve his look in certain lighting conditions, and even improving the speech for the character. We are testing this every single day before we include Luke in our next project, which fans are going to be very surprised by. So that's actually very reassuring, the fact that they are testing this every single day on improving Luke Skywalker, doing a lot of test footage here and there, improving the speech, improving the CG technology, the deepfake technology. It's just stunning to think about how they can really do this and pull this off. And what we saw in the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 6, yes, it's not 100%, I understand that, but I gotta say, it was such a massive improvement in comparison to The Mandalorian Season 2. Season 2, you know, I will give them that. It was their first attempt, and they did an amazing job. They really did. And now that we have the Book of Boba Fett out, and we're rolling into Mando Season 3, that's also going to feature a lot of Luke Skywalker material, it's going to be quite a very interesting experience, to say the least, to see how Jon and Dave really begin to kind of craft all of this together. So he goes on to say, of course, I can assure you that we are doing things, of course, big things with Luke, and if you enjoy Legends, well, then you are in for one hell of a ride. It's something that myself and Dave have been talking about all the time. What it would be like to explore Luke's loved ones around him in the story. What about his offspring? Where can we go from there? We are planning so many big things in the franchise that it's going to be bigger than what it was actually like many years ago with all those books. That's our goal. To make things bigger than that. The technology is there for us to work with, and we are going to be doing that, and of course, doing that to bring in other beloved characters from the original trilogy and even the prequels that would otherwise seem impossible to do with some of the actors unable to be with us at this moment. It's something that this is going to be quite fun to take advantage of. Favreau goes on to state that Mandalorian Season 3, all I can say is that this season for this year is going to be very strong with the Force. We have great revelations coming for Din Djarin and Grogu that will make you love the characters even more. I know Dave is enjoying all of this just as much, if not more than I am, and it's just a thrill of a lifetime to be a part of. I gotta thank George Lucas for creating this brand. Now, the thing about Favreau is that this guy is an amazing filmmaker, and Dave Filoni is also an amazing filmmaker. And, you know, he also knows how to use the Star Wars lore and embed it within live-action form. It's one of the main reasons as to why I believe that Dave Filoni really nailed it with the return of Ahsoka Tano in Mandalorian Chapter 16, and also how he handled her return in the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 6. You know, it's just a very amazing thing by having this team of Filoni, Favreau, and Lucas, as I like to call the Favloni universe. We're doing a lot of things, you know, obviously, you know, a lot of different, you know, pieces of technology. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are taking advantage of that as well. Like he said, they're taking advantage of this because they want to really make sure that they can do this early on and really catch the fans' interest early on in the process, to let them kind of stay loyal to the evolution of this new technology. And that's one thing that I think a lot of fans actually are having quite a bit of fun with, to see the evolution of Luke Skywalker through CG just changing over time. We're already witnessing it on a dramatic level. So overall, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know through all this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.